Oi, oi. Welcome to Flat Earth British. Martin Leaker speaking for a special show for Flatterday this weekend. And we have a special guest here, the movie maker of the new movie, The Next Level, taking it to the next level with that movie, by the way, is Sean Hibbeler. So congratulations on the film, Sean. Welcome, my brethren.
Thank you,
Double
brother.
flat thumbs to infinity.
Always. Thanks for
Twice.
having me.
Well, it's my absolute pleasure. I've been really excited to see you after all what's been going on. Whew, a lot of action in your camp just lately. A lot of attention.
Yeah, it's expected. It's what I manifested. This is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to make a film again that can wake your neighbor up, your cousin, your brother, sister, uncle, whoever's making fun of you, ridiculing you for being a flat earther. This is who I made that film for. So it's not necessarily for flat earthers. You'll enjoy it. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now I can show my cousin this. Now, you have that, you have that thing to show someone that you just let the film speak for itself. And then you look at them when it's done and go, told you.
It's very
So
comforting. Very
yeah.
comforting.
Well,
to
that's
see
what I
that.
want to do. And it's hard, man. It's hard because with the way the world is now, you got zombies out there that believe every official story, and there's nothing you can do to help them, unfortunately. But then you got those people that are waking up because of what's been going on. So it's really, for me, I looked at it for like, that's specifically for those people, the ones that are like, wait, something's going on. This doesn't add up. What you guys said about this last year or 2 years ago is right now. You guys are right about this. This is what they were trying to do with all the stuff going on. It's perfect for those people because they're ready to hear this information now. This isn't a funny topic like they tried to turn it into be in 2017 once the corporations got involved and changed the algorithms and just started to ridicule us in the public. So now it's like David Weiss always says, this is the year of flat Earth. And we're taking that statement seriously because people are waking up. This is the most I've ever gotten. Any replies, comments, personal emails of you just like Hibbeler, you just changed my entire life, my entire mind.
I've had emails after I presented your film on my channel. I've had exactly the same. People saying that they had, just life-changing information. Some people who were on the fence until this movie, they've just like, okay, other people can see the same as me. It's not foolish. And, to many, it's just obvious, It's just like, it's just obvious.
Yeah, well, the first level I made for the same reason, but that was more about just kicking these facts of the deception down their throat more in an aggressive way, because some people need that. So I got the only backlash I got on level was that it's a little aggressive, it's a little bit cocky, aggressive. I said, good, we're in a war. Okay, you don't want to hold everyone's hand during a war. You gotta be a general sometimes.
Oh yeah, the spiritual war is raging around us.
Correct. So level was more of an aggressive approach, which did wake people up, because some of those people that were still on the cusp, they're still on the fence. The aggressiveness of level kicked them in the head, and that's who those were for. This is for the ones that don't want that aggressive approach, that don't want to be yelled at about it. So I went a different angle, where
I think it works definitely.
Yeah, you got to hit it all. I try to hit it on all sides, and the next one next year will be a different feel for different mindset of people, because I told everyone since day one, I'm not stopping these films every year until the heliocentric model is the minority group. Period. That's got to be the minority,
isn't it? It's getting a lot of attention. Have any academia or any academia peers looked at this film? Have you had any response from that? I seen you on, I think it was Tim Pot podcast with Alex Jones the other day.
Tinfoil hat. That was a few weeks back.
Yeah, I'll just bring that up in a minute. But yeah, that was what I've been on shows similar. I was on like a chat show in Boston once years ago, and I was just set to be ridiculed. But unfortunately, they were all really stupid people and never had the intellectual capacity. So it was embarrassing for them, and it was embarrassing for me. Like again, they knew nothing about what they were defending.
Of course,
which is the case most of the time. But what is going on with these people for the glaring obvious? Are they just being like defiant because they have to be defiant
They're
because
under
they're
hypnosis. That's all I can think about. They're
right, and
hypnotized.
not just protecting
So,
their investments. Because I'm telling you
yeah.
what, this just like, there's a lot of big, YouTube personalities, aren't there? Like Rogan, he's changed his tack, got on Moon.
Yeah.
You had like people like Russell Brand, he disappears soon as Flat Earth comes out. Yeah. And he was touching upon it and on the brink. And I thought, hello, is he going to come back and just do his research?
Yep.
He comes back and it's just like, he's just their official sound piece for the UK, like Rogan is over there. Yeah. They don't want you to hear this means that they want you to hear this.
Yeah, or it's just the automatic make fun of it because especially with Alex Jones. From what I looked up briefly, I think even Eric Dubé was trying to get a hold of him years ago, and he
I
wouldn't
remember
allow.
that.
Yeah,
He
he
read it
wouldn't
out.
allow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he read it out. Some sort of Atlantean conspiracy, and Eric finally gave up. Like, okay, well, fuck you then, and I would have too. But in my situation, I'm friends with Eddie. So Eddie's like, hey, I'm going on tinfoil hat with Sam. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you want to jump on? I'm like, yeah, of course I'll jump on. We'll talk some flat earth. I'll promote, the next level coming out if I can. And that, cause Sam already wanted me on to talk about the film.
You'll have to watch this, won't you, Alex Jones?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Now, all of a sudden, towards the end of it, Eddie goes, yeah, Alex Jones will be on here. I'm like, Alex Jones is coming on here? And then in my head, I go, do I want to really be on a show with him? And I go, yes. You know why? Because it's not about him to me. It's about his audience, his people. They're technically they're awakened, right, to many lies that we all know. So maybe I can say something to spark an interest in what we're talking about here. So I just went right in, and even though he's trying to make fun of my name and trying to clown, and I'm just serious. I'm dead ass serious. Yeah, I'm not there to play games. You could sit there and make fun of it all you want. You're not going to get me involved in
intelligent
laughing about
people, they can see that that's just he looks stupid doing that, doesn't he? That's not an intelligent response. So it's not good for him to behave condescending towards you. Like that guy, what's it, Dr. Dave, the Professor Dave, when David Weiss was on there, that guy spoke to David like it was something he picked up off his shoe. It was disgusting. Correct. You don't talk to people like that because of because of the knowledge that they've acquired about where they're standing on. Upsets them to that, that level.
Correct. That's why people are like, "Oh, Professor Dave went crazy. David Weiss got he should have been more prepared." And it's like,
no,
how would you react if I started treating you like a piece of shit live on air, and everything you say, I'm like, "Nope, you're stupid. You're dumb." It's like.
Well, I thought David composed himself really well. Actually,
I would have snapped, man, and I'm usually very composed.
Fucking way before then, and I would have said a few things as well.
Just like Santos with the fight the fat shirt, or what the guy's name is. When Santos went off on that guy, fight the fat shirt. I think that's his name. But Santos went crazy on him, and Santos lost it. And I remember when he started screaming, I go, I would have probably did the same thing. That's why I don't try to get in debates with these paid trolls. They know exactly what to say, to steer, to maneuver the audience and be against you the whole time. And just it's a waste of time. But I give Dave credit for trying, because he still represented the truth. The truth wins. I don't care what the preparation was or how it sounded. He still was speaking the truth, and the not Professor Dave was speaking gibberish and
he's
insulting.
A repeater.
So
he's just a repeater,
Correct. He's regurgitating. Correct. He's regurgitating instead of regurgitating kindergarten, which most of them do. He's regurgitating probably a little bit of kindergarten, a little bit of the college type of
Greek education.
Watch out for that. Yeah. No, but with Alex Jones, man, it's just I didn't care. Could have been Alex Jones, could have been Russell Brand. I don't care who. It doesn't matter. You could put. I always say this. You could put me on the morning talk show in the biggest city in the States, and I'm going to speak the truth. I'm at least going to make you think. I'm not going to change my way. It doesn't matter what. But again, here's the thing: people want people to wake up to this. They want the world to change tomorrow. To be everyone's a flat earther, right? And everyone is in peace and harmony with being the center of creation. Then we have to go on some of these shows. We have to start trying to get to the general audience. The general audience isn't watching these podcasts that we all talk about and we all support. They're watching their own bullshit. So we have to approach it where put me in front of any audience, I'm going to be true to myself and I'm going to speak the truth. I'm not going to change my ways or my actions because the cameras are on or because, oh my God, this is ABC in the morning or something.
No, fuck it.
No.
If
And
you
do
see
I,
it like
yeah.
me, it's like a calling, you know. To me,
Mm,
I see all of this as like a mission from the Most High. I see it as a
yep.
calling that I'm just compelled to do, and I
Yep.
will do it, you know. But like I said, you know, the more that, you know, I, you know, try and change the world, you know, the world's trying to change me, and I'm just not having any of it. You know, this place, this paradigm, I was just never cut out for it. I've tried to fit in. No, I haven't really. It's just it's a minefield. Never mind a minefield. It's a
Hey man, you're
minefield.
waking up the thousands of people probably
I've had
monthly. So
an email 2 days ago left me in tears. So I start my day reading that somebody had just like turned their life around, and I was like attributing
wow.
me to saving their life, and I get that a lot.
Isn't
I
that a
get that
great
a lot.
feeling? That's the feeling when I hear the same thing. For me, it just makes me realize this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is
Mm.
I just keep going, don't stop. And there's going to be haters along the way. There's going to be people from a side going, "Oh, well, why are you charging for the high def version?" It's like, well, because life isn't free.
Mm.
That's all. But of course, I'm going to have a free version. The
They don't
truth
mind
is
spending
always free.
money on shitty Netflix, though, do they?
Oh yeah, of course. And some of these people are like, "Oh man, you're charging $5 to rent it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you know how much money I put into it. I needed help just to start it to begin with." So yeah, I mean, just to get some of the recoup back and then put a little bit of, if I made profit, to put it towards level part 3, what, you know, a working title. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but you know, level part 3, I want to start that as soon as possible. I don't
The
want to be waiting
leveler.
around. Yeah, the leveler. Well, I was thinking level headed, even though I understand that was my old podcast, but I just like the term. That why I think we named it level headed is because it just sounds like a strong, you know, it's like level headed. And I don't know. So again, it's I don't know the title. I could change it every other week, but it's just the point of, you know, if you wrote a book, right? Oh, you have obviously, Martin, but you write a book and you make it a hard copy and you spend all this money on distributing and doing all this stuff. You can't make that free. You got, you know, this is the way it is. But you know, maybe you'll have a free version online or audio book or something. So that's what I'm doing with YouTube. It's just like, hey, I have a standard definition version, so you could share. It's almost 300,000 people have watched it on my channel
I
already.
noticed
So
that today.
over a
Yeah.
250,000 people, and I don't mind. I only put the high def version out there in case you want to support me. That's it. You don't, I'm not forcing you. You can't watch it unless you pay. No, I would never do that. And you can mark my words. I would never do that. It's always going to be, there's always going to be a free version on YouTube.
Well,
That,
people will
yep.
support you. Somebody said in my comments after I posted it, well, I watch it here, but I'm going to go over and watch it on Vimeo.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you can watch it on
so,
Vimeo. You could watch, if you're a subscriber of Rockfin, you can watch it on Rockfin. So if you're already a subscriber to Rockfin, it's just, you just play it. Or you can go right to the next level 2022.com and you can download it right to your phone or your hard drive on your computer. So you can actually have the file, the MP4 high def file for yourself. You know, I try to give as many options as possible, but no matter when, where, and why, whatever I do, there's always going to be a free version on YouTube once the film comes out. It's just, again, it's just, if you want to support, there's a high def version with swear words in it. If that's something you like high def, you like swearing, then get the, you know, go rent it or go download it. But you don't have to. That's the thing. It's a free version for a reason, because the truth shall be free. This is just to support me. And this is just to support the next film and the next film. And again, I want to work on a Tartaria film. I'm not going to rush that one, but it's going to be, it might take a couple years. But is it going to be free to fly to you, Martin? No. Is it going to be free to go fly to John or anyone else? No, it's not. That's not, none of that stuff's free. So I just try to say, hey, if you want to support me, then I can keep making films. It's as simple as that. If you don't, it's okay. It'll be free on YouTube. That's all. And if maybe after you watch it, you might go, holy crap, that was great. You know, let's go support them and get the high def version. So you could show off the high def version with your family and friends, you know?
nice.
So yeah, but anyways, yep.
Nice. That'll take off. Nice Christmas present.
Well, eventually I'm waiting for it to get a little bit more income coming in, and I'm going to get the, I got it, cause you got to pay a lot of money. I got to get the Blu-ray. I want to get the Blu-ray made. So this way people can have a hard copy. Nice. So I'll get a Blu-ray made and distributed and everything. And hopefully it does well enough to get the cost back. You know, that's all I'm about. I'm not trying to get anything fancy. Anyone, I'm just trying to survive in this crazy world, and I'm trying to deliver truth in the best way I possibly can. That's all I can do.
I want one. I want a Blu-ray DVD. I want to
Well,
put it
hey, no.
on
No
a
matter
wall.
what, every
That
single
glass.
everyone that's in the film gets a free copy. The same thing happened last year.
Ooh.
So everyone in the film gets a free copy, unless you don't want to give me your, not you, but unless someone doesn't want to give me their address or something. Oh, okay, you can't get a free. I can't send it to you then. But everyone in the film last year, at least mostly everyone I made sure they got a copy of it, because they, you're in the film, right?
Superb.
So, and if I didn't, just email me your address. You'll get one if you're in the film. Don't worry about it. But no, you'll get your Blu-ray for sure.
Oh, that'll go on my
100%.
wall with a glass behind and a little hammer, break for emergencies.
Oh man, I hope one day I can get. I don't even know how this works. You know how some movies. There's a lot of movies out there that come from a book, right? They take the book and they turn it into a movie. How can we reverse that? Because I would like this whole film to be stretched out into a book, a small book or something like that, with slideshows or images. Or
easy
something.
to do. All my books, both my books, are all on the content of my videos.
Wow.
So
okay.
yeah, all of videos. Some in my last book, some of the videos that I done maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
Completely forgot about, which were on the money back then. So
Yeah.
I included them, and all of it is my own content from my own channel.
Yeah, well, that would be nice to do these films in a book format. Maybe I'll wait till the third one and do all three in one book. So this way people can have a copy of a book where, they shut the internet off tomorrow. You still have your book. Books, can last for a long time, right?
Indeed.
I mean, so, but I wanted to thank you for being a part of this. I wish the only thing I wish with you is that you had longer answers, but I don't know. I don't think you knew the format of what was going on.
I didn't actually, and it was just like my friend Maria, she had like sort of questions written down on a piece of paper, so I just thought that was the format. But I'm glad anyway, because it worked out absolutely perfectly. Less is more in my case anyway. So
yeah, and you had great content. You had great parts coming in and out of the film where you would jump in and say something, and it was very important. So everyone did a good job. I mean, besides Santos, you and Santos were the only two I didn't see in the flesh. So I was able to direct and help everyone else out in the film. So I was just kind of relying on you and Santos when the footage came back in. That's why I wrote the questions the way I did. So I know that no matter what you answer, I can feed it out throughout the rest of the film, because that's what I'm pretty much asking everyone else in the film. So everyone's going to have their own answers and opinions. There was only maybe a couple times that some of you guys had different opinions on things. So I just scrapped it. That's all. I just scrapped it. I'm not going to go back and forth on the firmament or something like that. And I didn't want to do it. I said, if everyone agreed about a few of those questions, I would have kind of tackled them. But since, we all have different opinions on things, I'm like, I'll just skip over that one for now. It's not, we can't go up there to see what the firmament is. Do we know if it's a level and flat ocean? Is the ocean itself above us curving over a dome? I mean, I don't know. I mean, how am I supposed to know this stuff? So the only speculation I wanted to get on in this film was more land, obviously, because I feel like, since 2014, the word on flat earth is what? They're hiding the creator, right? Which is true. But has that worked yet? Not really. We're still the minority group. So I said, you know what? Maybe if I could tackle it from they're hiding more land. Yes, it's speculation, but a lot of eyewitness testimony, and you could speculate if you got something in your corner. At least you can't just speculate for no reason. But so we have a lot of reasons why we're speculating and why we can't even go check. That's another big red flag. So I said, let me. It's not that this is a more land film. It's just we're going to touch on that a little bit more with the going south and going north about what they're hiding over there, to spark up the general interest of the normal society to go, oh, wait, now that makes sense. Now, maybe they'll have it reverse, Martin, where if they woke up to this deception via just the speculation of more land, fine. It woke them up. Now they can go back and go, oh, we're created. It'll all work out. It'll all get there. But not everybody's ready to hear God's real or a creator's real, and they're not prepared for that. A lot of times you have normal conversations with anyone in the middle of the street and you bring up God or a creator, they get uncomfortable already. So it's like, you want to wake them up to the globe doesn't exist by doing that. I would love to, because it's the truth, but not everybody is wired that way. You got to get it. You have to get in their head another way. unfortunately, a little bit of a speculation involved with that. But I think you can agree, come on, there's more land. I mean, it's like we could say the word speculation to
They tell you
protect
in the
ourselves.
Truman Show anyway. It's all been discovered. Why would they say that in a Hollywood
Yep.
movie anyway?
Correct.
You know, it's all about that. And why wouldn't they? Of course they would. You know,
Yep.
why build two Earths when you can build one Earth when you can build two? You know, they could have an exact replica of this somewhere else. You know, we could be seeing evidence on a lot of these photographs of another New York City. You know, they keep renaming these places. They're all new, like York and New York. You know, they're all like, you know, it's always the new.
Hampshire and then New Hampshire, Jersey and New Jersey, Mexico, New Mexico,
New England,
England, New England. Yeah.
So they're just repeating names. So I think that might be a clue, you know, to the names of these places in this original place. And I think, you know, these architects that built a lot of this stuff that I look into with these sacred principles and this fantastical futuristic technology, they can't even fathom it today. We're talking about intelligence that just unsurpassed superiority compared to us. In the past, you know, we're in proper dark ages here at the moment. Let me just bring up this brilliant interview you did with when you Red Bulled Alex Jones, which was absolutely hilarious, I thought.
Thank you.
Can you see that there?
Yes.
Okay. So there you are there with Eddie. He's an absolute legend. I'm glad he's on our side, that's for sure.
Fuck yeah.
He's going to die on the right side of history, unlike Mr. Salad Dodger Alex Shear. Okay, here we go.
So it's super easy to fool everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Alex,
so we're like a terrarium that these creatures are looking in on.
Well, think about it. If we're
it's a haunted house, Alex. It's a giant haunted house. We live in a haunted house.
Ruled by the Hibblers.
Alex, think about it this way. If we're stuck in the middle of the pond and there's land outside of our ring that we know, that would be outer space, right? That would be called outer space. And that's extraterrestrial.
And once we make it past that, it's like whatever is out there is out there.
It could go, look, people, for some reason, they accept the fantasy of looking up and saying, oh, that's infinite. Above us goes forever. But they can't grasp at maybe the land, the earth we live on goes forever. And maybe they keep finding new land and new continents. They're never going to tell us, because if we all just got up and left, then we're leaving this satanic system they've created here.
Yes,
we're forced to stay. We're forced to stay here. This is all that there is to us. If we know there's more land, if we can go, we can't even go try to go see. People go take a picture of the edge. What edge?
No, Eddie's just too handsome. Eddie's too handsome. I'm not gay.
That's his response. I say all that, and he goes, "Well, I'm not gay." Like, what are you talking?
Yeah,
about?
This guy talks a load of shit. This guy here, whoever he is, you know, he does agree with you a little bit, but he's nodding his head off for a start off, and he comes out with a load of crap. This guy, Zavi, he was listening.
He's cool, man. I was on. Cool. If you go to my channel on YouTube, you don't have to do it now, but
I'm going to bring that up. Yeah, shortly. Yeah.
I was on his podcast. Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
All right, I dig.
He's a younger guy, but he's waking up, and you know, and Sam Tripoli, I feel like he knows the Earth's flat, but I think he just doesn't. For some reason, he doesn't want to come out and say it. So I'm gonna, every time I see Sam, I'm gonna keep drilling him about it. Hopefully, he'll completely get on board. He respects, obviously, Eddie. They're real good friends. So eventually your guys are going to have to start talking about this. That's all I'm saying. This is the biggest lie of them all.
Yeah, well done with that, with Alex Jones. I thought you did very, very well. You know, he's not an easy customer. He's a bit of a bully, isn't he? And you know,
he ain't bullying me, man.
He tried. He was all it is.
You could try.
You're the new kids on the block, Sean. You just bought out a killer movie that he's forced to give credibility and approach and talk about on his podcast, and he's going to have to watch it later because, you know, of the nature of how many people are watching it and the attention it's got. You know, this is a really buzzy movie. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to thank Manny, who's Truth Seeker 3, who I borrowed this video off. So flat thumbs and thanks to Manny. But like, that was fantastic. I never expected that. When I watched it, when you first sent it over, I was amazingly impressed. I thought, yeah.
Thank you.
The lady in it, Rach, is it Victoria?
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah.
She was
She's,
absolutely fantastic. I can't believe I've never come across her before in the UK. I
she's
think
the
I've
wor-
seen her. I'm sure I've seen her somewhere.
she was in level. She was in level for 5 seconds.
Oh,
No, I'm
right.
sorry. Collectively 15 seconds. She did 2 different skits in level for me.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, she was brilliant. And a lot of the points. Yeah.
She is the love of my life, Martin.
Oh, listen, she's a glorious person. She was talking from the mother's perspective as well, to like,
Yeah.
to get them thinking about, like this idea of what I'm doing, like shortly with this saving the books or preserving the books. It's the
Yeah.
same sort of thing with this information.
I agree.
ODD. I'm hoping that like I'm going to get to Flaktoberfest. I keep dropping hints to everyone in the gang over there. I've got a place to stay.
Where's that at? Do you know where that is?
Yeah, sure. Spartanburg in South Carolina.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
I'll talk it over with a couple people. Maybe I'll meet you there.
Yeah, because it's run by friends of mine, Karen B. She organizes it every year, and I literally know every person there. They're all fam, So
Okay.
I would present. ODT goes every year. ODT.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, if Matt, like, I'll talk to Matt. I talk to Matt weekly, so if he wants to go, I might be down to go. There's my baby. There's my baby.
Yeah. So she picked a nice place there on the beach. I recognize that. I'm not sure where it is.
Hey, I'm the director, boss. That's where I picked the place now. we both decided to go to the beach there. So
well, the cathedral was a nice touch, but it's not what I would have chosen.
I liked it though. It was very very strong presence.
Well, it is actually apparently the first cathedral on earth of all cathedrals, Llandaff Cathedral. Now, this old dear, yeah. Oh, God love her. She said the same as what my friend Nick Funkit Words, YouTuber, Flat Earther, his wife said to him, like, oh, no. She said, globes. No, we didn't get teach that in school. And she was like exactly the same. But what, 102 something?
102. At that time, yeah. She's 105 now, I believe.
Yeah, I can't watch it. She has me crying every time.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I got all of these. I got all of these newspaper cuttings. I got a lot of them.
And again, that's why I'm stressing that, they're saying that the earth is round is starting to be taught in schools. And this was after she was out of school. So where does this, 100 to 300 to 2,000-year-old debate come from? I don't know. You have to trust history, in my opinion, all of history. You can't discredit 90% of history is a lie, but the 1800 stories of flattened globe was real. It's like, no, if you were going to create a heliocentric system for your schools, of course you're going to have to make fun of a couple people that thought it was flat and create even more characters in the history. You could just come up with a name and say they tried to say it was flat. These are, to me, they're all stories of the past that has been created since the reset happened. That's 100%. Just my opinion.
So. We don't know what happened 100 years ago. We have very little information, even of the Edwardian period, and that's like 1915. So,
well, that's the problem, though, Martin, is that people will say, "Oh, look here, I found a book." Even though it's high def in color, they'll say, look at this book says 1820. I'm like, you believe that? Someone can write that with
books. They don't tell the people shit about shit. They are controlled books. And if you're talking globes and that, they'll push a book no end, same as pop stars, like Jamiroquai. Chuck a few planets in and they'll push you like a pop star for that as well.
Yes.
But the books are in a library for a reason. They're called a library.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and they were all snapped up or built in the UK and a lot of the world, in the totalitarian world anyway, they say, by Andrew Carnegie, like coughed up a load of money to build all of these libraries, to put all of these government books in of a narrative to present to the people, regardless of whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
So, and all of this rewritten anyway in the Low Countries in Flanders.
And that's why I changed my mind on that until proven otherwise. That's my opinion, that this is all started with Rockefeller, and this is all brand new. The heliocentric model is brand new. They came up with characters like Copernicus and stupid sticks and shadow experiments to throw in their textbooks. And then they had to come up with a couple flat earthers from the 1800s and make them up and turn them into goons and clowns, make fun of their experiments and turn their experiments into globe experiments now. So I don't know. And again, I could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
No. The control mechanism is like literally, I've seen like history change daily. You know, they change Wikipedia articles daily. You go way back machine and think they just fucking with everything. They're like literally rewriting it like 1984 as we go. Okay.
Yeah.
People can't even touch the original realm we were in before all of that weirdness went on. And it's all very confusing affair. You know, people are lost on weird sort of trips. At the moment in some sort of weird Stockholm syndrome. And as far as I'm concerned, all that needs to happen, okay, is to plant a seed to help them remember. Once they remember who we are, where we came from,
this war's over.
war's over. Yeah.
It's over. I'm just trying to help that. And people that hate on me and my film or people that want to talk shit, it's like, what are you doing to help this world? I'm trying at least.
I thought that when somebody said something, you know, nasty in my comments, and I thought, yeah, but you're just sitting behind your keyboard.
Yeah.
Maybe you do wish for a better world. Most of us do, but you actually getting off your action, you know, making it happen or trying to make it happen or just trying to do something.
Yeah, you can't just keep making videos for your own audience. You have to make videos to try to reach a different audience or go find that different audience and speak to them so they can wake up and they can wake up their peers. We all have to stay focused on, obviously we want to stay focused on our own general audience, but it's like, you know, to wake the world up, you got to start waking up audiences that might make you uncomfortable sometimes or might try to challenge you, but the truth doesn't fear investigation. The truth you shouldn't be scared. If we stand for truth, you could put me in front of anybody, Neil deGrasse, Bill Nye, all of them. I'm not even going to flinch, Martin.
I actually fantasize about me being in front of these people, and I think to myself, they're no way going to be able to do that. They're just not going to be able to do that with me. They're just not. They're not intellectually equipped. A lot of them, you know, as the nature of an actor,
correct,
it is not. And if you're going to take it deeper, so you know, they're working off different fundamentals. They're all evolutionists for the start off. They're based on like, you know, the principles of quantum mechanics in their belief system. You know,
and they all push the soul lure system.
Oh, very good.
Soul lure. That's what the solar system was created for, to just crush your soul, crush your dreams, crush your power, crush your manifestation, crush everything, make you have a miserable, cancer-filled life.
Fear of every fucking thing.
Fear, and I'm a big believer. I don't know if you are, but you know, if when it's your time to ascend from this body, this avatar we're in, and you're in a fear vibration, you're in a state of low vibration.
Not a good thing.
Who knows where you go then, right? Who knows where you're actually going after that?
Agreed.
You got to tune into a high frequency, a high vibration. You got to try your hardest to always stay there because you don't know how long life is going to be. So I always try my hardest to stay in a high vibration. I listen to frequencies. I ground. I'm earthing all the time. I'm grounding when I sleep at night. I got a grounding mat on my bed. I got a grounding mat under my computer as I speak to you. My bare feet.
You're gonna live forever at that rate.
It's not about that. It's just about, you know, I know what kind of world we live in and what they're trying to do to us, especially with 5G towers now. So it's like, you know, if we're like a battery, you're drained every day by what they're doing, the Wi-Fi, everything. You just combine it all. So without grounding, and you don't have to buy grounding pads, but just take your ass outside for 10 fucking minutes and put your bare feet in the soil. Is that going to kill you? That's going to literally recharge your body and fill that battery back up to high again. I mean, that's what the earth is
souls for nothing, are they?
Correct. Yeah.
But
yeah, you know, with the last thing on Alex Jones, I mean, I'd go on the show again tomorrow. I don't care. People are like, why are you doing stuff with Alex Jones? I'm like, I'm not doing it. I've never talked to him before or after that, but I'm never going to shy away from anyone's audience to wake up to this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that reached a wider audience, Sean. Fuck them. Yeah. Because it's like you said, there's a lot of half sleepers there, purple pillars. Correct. That might, think, hang on a minute, it's really interesting what they're saying. And they look into the Antarctica Treaty, for example. Yeah. That's a real head scratcher, isn't it? It's like
it is.
It is left alone for scientific sweet fuck all.
Penguins. No, it's the penguins. They care about the penguins.
Well, I'm not even sure that the penguins are there anymore.
I don't think it's their natural habitat, to be honest. I think they're brought over there for the peninsula.
It's just like, why would they go there? They look tortured and unhappy. The place is supposed to be cold. So I'm not buying that anyway. No, they probably all go there. They probably got, Club Tropicana's drinks are free. Fun and sunshine. There's enough for everyone down there somewhere or out there, probably. They all
There's
laugh
days I
at
look
us.
at Antarctica weather, and the weather in Antarctica, and it's warmer than parts of Chicago. For
I
God's
know.
sake.
I
It's
know.
like, yeah, it's unbearable to go there, but yet Chicago gets -30, and everyone's still driving their cars. So I mean, it's crazy.
I had a little fantasy. My son's got a boat about like trying to sail like 3 days, 4 days north to just see what happens.
To go to the center of the earth.
Yeah.
Well,
But like, yeah, I've been in the northern ocean and the northern seas, and like literally when they used to say they were going there, my stomach literally did somersaults with fear because it's black and it's like violent seas, mountainous seas, and I'm not really into it in a little boat. But if it was flat cam all the way, I consider it. That's not a guarantee.
Martin, eventually, I hope in our lifetime, man, that there's enough human beings that want to all collectively go past this wall,
Listen,
or go to the north, one or the other, man.
It's a great way to get killed. Yeah, it's to do an exploring thing and get killed doing that. Yeah, it's like which way you want to be remembered. Yeah, it's just like.
Yeah, and that's the problem is people go, oh, I'm gonna go explore North Pole or the South, and they don't make it back. It's one of those things where the mainstream media can easily jump on it. They already saw the radar from thousands of miles away. They could see you on radar. So you're coming across the ocean on ship and you're done. And they can get rid of you right then and there, unfortunately. And then the media they'll wait 2 weeks and the media will say lost at sea. I mean, it tipped over, whatever. And everyone will believe that. And they'll be like, oh, that sucks. And they'll move on.
On the 33rd degree.
Yeah, they're 33 degrees past the southern circle and wasn't allowed, but they tipped over. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It would have to be, in my opinion, I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe 2,000 ships at once minimum to all just start going, because I don't know. And have live camera crews and connect to Google Loons, Sataloons, or just do whatever you got to do to get internet, live stream. I don't know. So they make it very hard to not only travel to these places, but how are you going to broadcast it?
Brother, you can't do shit. Maritime law is so strict. It's hard to believe. Yeah, man. Everything is insured, goes through Lloyd's. You can't make a move. You can't go out shipping lanes. You'll be escorted back by jets, fighter jets, if you do that shit. And believe you me, it happens. It happens off Spain. Yeah, it's like literally just like a jet, just doing bomb runs on us.
Well, and that's my question. How many private jets and ships have to be? Do we have to collectively be in to start heading that way? Where they're like, oh shit, there's X amount of people coming this way. We're screwed. Like we can't turn them all around, or we can't shoot them all. Right. So like. What is going to be 1 million? Is it going to be 10,000 people? I don't know.
Whatever it is, right, might be a shock to us all. And I tell you what, they don't want us fucking seeing it. And I'm getting all that idea up my head about rocky, icy continents. There's fuck all evidence for any of that. And films of murder and all of that, that's just the peninsula, yeah, and further a little bit. Oh, the rest of that expanse, we know nothing about, yeah. So for me, there's something completely different going on. It might be a massive surprise. It could be like Alex Jones said, like, it could be a dome like that, like a terrarium. I noticed, like, I was up north of England, a few weeks ago. And when I come further south, the sky definitely looked like it was closer, right? Almost as if it was coming down like that when I was further south. It really did look closer. It was like, fuck me.
It's not that. Here's the thing. It's not that I'm against a physical dome per se. It's just I can't fathom anything, but I can't even fantasize about anything besides what I know, and I know that all water's level.
Well, that's it. I don't think it's a physical dome, as in an artificial barrier. I really do think it's a water barrier.
Sure.
Yeah, different densities of water, and you can hold water into stasis in place with an acoustic frequency. And there's always a background acoustic frequency to this place. That could be emanated from a magnetic mountain, Mount Meru, which holds the water dome in place above us.
Sure. And again, that makes more sense to me. I would accept that.
What color is the sky?
Yeah, I mean, I you don't got to tell me. I think that there's an ocean above us. That's what it is. It's water. It's a certain type of water. It's the same type of water with the guy. I forgot his name. I think he passed
Yeah,
away.
with the lake, and he hits it with
Yeah,
a
the submarine. It kept
Yeah.
bouncing off, so
That's
he
the-
can't get in. So that same type of density of water is above us, but just like on the ground, it's flat and level. So I again, just for me, I can't fathom water. You know, bend. I don't
Bending.
know. And it's like, you know, and then people want to get biblical on me. It's like, oh, what kind of footstool is a half sphere, like a dome? Like, wouldn't it be just a rectangle on top? So I really do feel like it's just a level. Imagine the giant ocean on the ground. Well, that's above us. It's just stretched out forever. And the reason it looks like everything's touching the ground is because of perspective. We all know
Obviously,
that,
when you see a
so-
plane going up like that just proves to me that it's going that way and completely flat because of the way we see perspective.
Correct.
So it just, just proves when planes are not like, when they're going over, that these kind of trails are completely flat. They're not like going down.
Yeah, they're not going down. Well, again, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I just think it's a level ocean above us, flat and level.
I do.
Take it if you want to call it a shape. I don't, but I'd even call it a giant rectangle. But it's a level ocean above, level ocean below, land in the center, probably land on the outskirts, and it's a toroidal field. It's an energetic, field going around with all the bodies, right?
Yeah.
And that is keeping us in here. We don't have the avatar to get through. Well, I mean,
I
our
agree. We
avatars are
change
made
our
for-
we change our frequency. We can perceive these places. I completely agree with you. And it's
Yeah.
not for everybody, But what I'm trying to say is not everyone's going to be able to make it.
Correct.
There's a soul test going on. It's been going on for months now, maybe 6 months, maybe longer, maybe since all this weirdness.
Well, I'd say since 9/11, just as my
Yeah, okay, when that happened as well. So this soul test has been everyone's been put through the mill. Yeah,
correct.
to be coming out of the other side, to be able to, spiritually ascend this place.
Yeah,
I've been thinking a lot lately about all of these different lives when I've done this before, and I've fucked up every single time doing the same mistake over again. And then I realized that in this life, in the past, I've done the same thing again. And I'm like thinking, hang on a minute, I have the ability within me to actually win this time.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's there, so I know. So I'm going to be utilizing that power in the future with my work, etc. Because it could definitely make a difference here.
Oh yeah, you're making more of a difference than you know. I mean, every day you wake up, Martin, whether probably during the time you're sleeping, you're waking human beings up on this earth to a lot of topics, not just Tartarian mud floods and flat earth, but a lot of stuff you're talking about. So someone in the world is watching your stream at some time while you're sleeping. You're waking people up as you sleep. You're waking people up as you wake up and stretch. People are waking up because of you. And I'll say the same about me, and any content truther can say the same, because this is the time that people are waking up. This is the true test of our world, and it's now or never. You got to get on board with this, or it's going to be a rough one for you, unfortunately. So now's the time, and
now's the time. Crossroads for humanity. Make it or break it.
Now's the time. People need to stop fearing ridicule. To me, that's the main issue.
People need to grow a pair and stop selling out so fucking easy is what they need to do.
And truthers too. And truthers need to stop complaining about every single. Well, that channel might be shills now because they said this about. They disagree with my opinion. And that channel I watched for 10 years, but now they're shills because they had a Nike T-shirt on. It's like, what are you guys doing? What are we doing? Can we just continue waking the world up, waking your neighbors up? Why do you got to focus on the stupidest thing? Everybody's being negative. It's like, look, I bypass all that negative energy. I'm just trying to explain that that's never gonna get to me. I'm always gonna do what I'm doing.
Well, that's part of the test anyway. If you think of this like the way we perceive our reality, we're going to have shit coming at us when we do. There's no doubt about it. That should be like a given and part of it, which it is. Yeah. I've had it. I've had everything off of people in the past. All the videos, all of the terrible things, the curses, the You know, why weren't you aborted? All of these things over the years. Funny thing is, I've never ever said anything bad back or thought anything back or anything back to these people whatsoever. Isn't
Good.
that funny? And flat earthers are mostly like that, I'm finding. You know, they just forgive them. They know not what they do. Sort of thing.
Well, yeah, you could call it forgiving, but it's really ignoring. You just ignore it because it's a waste of your own energy. Even people that claim to be truthers that want to bring your energy down, ignore it because, you know, as long as you know you have good in your heart and you mean well and you're trying to expose truth and get the truth out there in any way possible. That's my MO, at least. Any way I can, I'm gonna get, as long as it's true. Or at least, you know, true, but a speculation in a sense.
Questions. Yeah, you can get people to ask questions.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? And that's why I decided to go the route I did in this film about, you know, at least a quarter of it talking about more land and more resources because like the feedback I've gotten, holy shit, I'm a flat earther now. I mean, this is what I'm getting from people because once they start looking into the treaty and looking into the timeline, and then NASA started, and it's like, whoa, wait, what? And then it's like, okay, find some evidence of a globe before Rockefeller took over in schools and started changing the schools. And I've tried to look, and again, people have sent me things where it's like, hey, look, this book teaches the globe. And it says 1842 on the print. It's like, yeah, a Mason could have made that in 1959. They just they do a typewriter and put 1864. So, and again, it's not about, well, you have to, you can't just say, you can't just dismiss everything. It's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I could dismiss anything I want. If I can't verify it, I dismiss it, especially talking to my grandma about it before she passed. Obviously, Ruth, Matt, ODD's talked to some elderly people about it, gave me the same feedback. And then what were you saying, right? You said that you were speaking to someone that said that they weren't taught that in school too, right? When they were growing up. Or
yeah, my friend's wife from Thailand. But my mother died a flat earther because she'd been listening to me a couple of years and heard all of the shows and everything. And yeah, she was nice. She was proper flat.
Well, and my mom was, in a sense of, when she passed was my awakening. But when my mom passed, I was 30 years old. And that was the first death I ever dealt with. I was already a 30-year-old man. So it was like, whoa, you're talking about the top of the top in my life at the time. The top of the top is gone. And I had to look at it from a different perspective of, this is the first time I'm experiencing this. But all of a sudden, you know what happened in 2014 and up, right? This movement. And it was just the right time because I was researching other things. And then boom, Eric Dubé started popping up. ODD started coming up. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I started realizing, Martin, my mom was like this. This is crazy. She had to pass for me to start my channel and start the change of my life and teaching others. She had to, and that's unfortunate, but that's the way things go sometimes. But I used, you know, when you're little, you bring home the science projects with the styrofoam and the solar system, right? She would be like, this isn't the way it is. She would always say that this is not how it is. I can't believe they're teaching you guys this. I'll help you with the project, but this is a lie. And I used to look at her then, you know, I'm 6, 7 years old, like, shut up, you know, like, you're so weird, you know. And I look back now and I'm like, oh man, if she was here, she would have been probably in the film. If she was here, I don't think I would have ever stumbled upon this. Or maybe I would have, but it's just the way things work sometimes. Sometimes someone has to pass, something has to happen for you to change your life. And that's the unfortunate world we live in. But I know my mom's happy for me now. I know that she is looking like this is exactly what was needed. This is why I ascended, so you can do this job down there. And I'm trying to do it as much as I can, Martin. You know,
I'm sure she's watching you, brother. Knows the good you're doing. You just know it anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and I feel her energy a lot of times. I feel that backing of her to just keep going. And I just lost my pops, man. I wasn't real close with him at all, but you know, he took his own life about a month ago. So,
I'm sorry to hear that, mate. What?
Yeah. And this was right around the time of the Next Level drop. And everything was, my world was just like, oh my God, what is happening right now? And I just had to deal with it and try to keep going. And it's just one of those
new realm now then. Everything's completely changed.
Yeah, it's like I didn't think at 37 I'd be parentless, but you know, I look at this now as like, just keep going, just keep going.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same. I'm the same. But yeah, it's all part and parcel. Apparently, it's a shame that we love them so much, isn't it? And we have to. But that's apparently a part of this life thing as well. But
Yeah,
if you think it in the terms of they're not really dead because energy cannot
No.
die,
I know.
know, and they're just, they're probably going to come back because we're all energetically connected karmically as well. Then somewhere along the line later on, that soul of your grandmother you will recognize probably in somebody else,
yes,
and she'll let you know as well.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, but you know, I look at death now as I'm just numb to it in a sense. You just like
Same.
it's like, okay,
Same.
I feel bad for the family or this, that, and the other, but it's like I got to keep on moving. I got to keep on going. Life's too short, in the sense of this cancerous world we live in. So it's always fighting battles, fighting the cancerous world we live in, and what can I do to make myself healthier? What can I stop to make myself healthier? How can I alter my life to, you know, I want to hit 100. I want to hit 200 if I can, Martin. That's just my. It's just how I am. I want to keep teaching and keep having people relearn the truth. It's a long process for people because, you know, you go through the first, 17, 18 years of your life being indoctrinated. And then you move on the next 20, 30 years without anyone ever verifying any of that stuff. And then all of a sudden someone comes along and goes, oh, that's bullshit. And they're like, yeah. No, it's not. They wouldn't lie about everything. So it's a, as you know, it's hard to convince people of these lies because it's all they know. It reshapes their entire thought mechanism. It's everything changes once
your life view completely changes. I try to, well, I don't, but can you imagine your life if you hadn't have stumbled upon flat Earth?
Yeah, I don't. I do in a sense of just not good. You know, not good, especially when I was in Chicago at that time, and it's just it could have went down a rough road. And you know, it's like a blessing and a curse that Mom passed because they wouldn't have kicked me in the ass. That's what kicked me in the ass to research and do things in its own weird way. And you know, I hope that it was worth it for her to have to ascend to get this done because I'm never going to stop what I'm doing. So.
Well, I've been feeling the same as well with what I've been doing. I've been feeling like literally the support of my mother, like literally standing behind me, like saying, you know, because she would scream at me, yeah. She was in the system a bit and worked on a double negative. You know, she would always say, "You can't do that; it's impossible." And I'd be like, "Well, I am," and that would make me more adamant because I'm really, really stubborn to do it. You know, like when I was young, I'm going to go in the Navy ASAP and get away from your crazy ass. Nobody will. You won't do that. 18th birthday, gone.
Oh yeah, the "I told you so" moments. Yeah, I did it. Yeah,
I went for milk once, come back a year later as well. But I had the milk.
Wow,
just not the same one.
No, of course not. Well, you know, I mean, hey, we have you know, we got some things in common in a sense, but we try to, at least for me, I just take all those memories of her and keep them near and dear, but at the same time, it's like you still want to make her proud. You still want to, you know, make sure that your purpose on this earth is you're not going to waste it anymore. Because I look at the first 30 years of my life, and I'm like, wow, I wasted all that time doing the stupidest shit. But you know, when you're plugged into the matrix and you don't even know it, that's dangerous. And that's what I'm trying to do to people. At least nudge them or make one of their wires in their plug just kind of get out of control. Just disconnect one wire at a time or something, because you can't just unplug everybody. So, but the ones that don't want to unplug, the ones that are put a lock on that plug, it's fuck them. I'm not wasting my time with you. I'm sorry. Exactly. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. You're gonna.
And I'm not researching for you either.
Exactly. Yeah, you know how it is. Like, yeah, can you explain? Blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but. Yes, I can, but I'm not going to. You can explain it to you go look it up. You do the work we put in since 2014, 2015. You do all that. You know, but that's why I make films in the sense too. It's like I'm trying to fit as much information into, but then I'll get on this. But what about flights? I'm like, really? I didn't touch flights, so you need that. I'm like, go watch Flatten the Curve. They made one on flights. Like we're all trying to attack this from different angles. And but people are getting. I feel like again that this is the.
There's a lovely bit of footage when he mentioned Neil deGrasse Tyson, that when he said about like how far you actually got to
Yeah,
be
Richard
away.
Branson was 63 miles up, and he's like, "You can't see the curve.
You can't see the curve. Yeah, how many people have come to me and saying, "Martin, you can see the curve from a plane window." I literally got trolled by a hoodie where I lived the other day, and he went past. He went, "Oh, you flat Earth British." He said, "The Earth's not round. Okay, stop talking shit." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. But you got that fucking wrong."
The truth came out of him that the universe was like zap.
Yeah, he must have gone away feeling really stupid. Then he's like, "I've just said the Earth's not round." It's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not. It could be as round as a quarter, but I still, again, I still proclaim four corners, up and down, four corners. Two giant rectangles, and everything is a perspective thing, our own little personal thing we see, and
Indeed, it's that.
Yeah, and again, I could be wrong. That's how I feel.
Nope, that's how I feel. I think that's our perspective. We are very limited to our perspective in this place anyway. We've got five senses, and we're very small. And we can only see a certain distance anyway. We're not bionic or anything.
And that's why I think all the ancients made those drawings like that. It's not that they thought there was a dome too. It's that because a lot of them don't have any it's just like human beings like going like stretching their arms and stuff. It's just because that was their perspective too.
The canopy.
Yeah,
it says in the Quran as well that it's a blanket, so it's flat, like topped dome in that as well.
Blanket.
This circular dome thing. I don't know where it's been adopted. Maybe from the Norse idea, or the Israeli, or the Jewish, or the Israeli flat Earth that's got a dome. Hieronymus Bosch got a round dome on it, but I don't think all of the ancient theologies thought it was a flat, curved dome.
Yeah, curved dome. And again, it's not that I'm not going to sit here and say that there's no chance of that. That would be ludicrous because I can't go check one way or the other. So to rule something, I could rule one thing out, a fucking globe, but to rule out a dome of some sense, I can't do that, and I'm never going to do that. I'm just giving, it's just my opinion. I just think that all water's level. And it's going to be level above. It's going to be level below. And there might be, tourist fields all around us. There maybe to get through to other lands or other worlds. Who knows? It's all speculation, man. But it's very interesting to say the least. And if there, that's the big if to me, is if there is more land, which we're all proclaiming there probably is. That's a big enough reason to make this up. It's a big enough reason to keep the lie. It's a big enough reason to create rockets, send them nowhere, steal tax money, create this whole satanic NASA space agency system to keep the lie going, because they know that their whole system that they've worked so hard on, this New World Order, would be over tomorrow if we all just said, every human being said, we're just going to go check tomorrow. There's nothing they can do. Then they might kill the frontliners, right? But there's nothing they can do, man. There's way too many of us, and they know that. That's why they control most people. It's not physical control. It's indirect. It's all indirect. It's programming. It's making people like us, Martin, look like idiots. So that's.
But we know we can manifest through intent the same as they do.
And collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is huge. So
collective consciousness is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
I can think things and other people are thinking it the same day. It's a fantastical thing. I'm learning every day, but what I am learning is I really don't know much at all about this reality.
That's what it feels like, isn't it? The more you research, the more you're like, man, I don't know shit. But it's like at the same time, you do, because you're learning along the way. You're putting, everybody has their own puzzle, man. We just all got to put it together.
I just get crazy ideas in my head, like that it's a divine happening. There's some mysticism involved. I keep getting these buzzes, thinking like. That it's like, and then I wasn't really actually wrong, because everything that's happened in the last 2 years, it's been literally a biblical event, haven't it?
Yes, what I mean. And I'm not a Bible guy myself in terms of that. To me, that's not literal. It's not literal, but it's a good book in general. I'm not talking shit about the Bible at all.
No, same.
There's a lot of truth in there.
It's the greatest historical text of that period that we have.
Yes.
So I'm always forever picking it apart anyway.
Yeah, but I again, goes back to, I just can't verify who wrote that, man. Like or how many times it's been altered. I just can't. to trust that the Bible you get at a hotel room is authentic and that's the original text and
It's not,
transcribed.
it gives people a bit of faith and belief, and that's a good thing because they're on a positive
positive
the book
channel,
is,
positive heart. Yes.
so the book for that in itself, regardless of it being the Bible,
Yep.
all of that, yeah, agreed. But for the same token, it's laid down a framework and rules that they say that people got to abide by. Yeah, this is what it is. It's their rule book. It's like that we're not capable of our own emotions and controlling our own emotions and our own morals without this book. As far as I'm concerned, and today in my comments, it was proved true that anyone brings up organized religion in my comments, it kicks off a big fucking row. Yeah. Every single time, so that's opposition and that's trouble, negative intent. I can't be dealing with it.
Correct. Well, religions were brought here to not only divide us, but to create a sense of
control.
Control, but it's weakness. It to me creates a weakness in the person because they're looking to their pastor now, or they're looking to a statue that was built. I'll just say a statue.
They want to repent all of their naughty stuff.
Yeah.
So they was like,
no, I've known, and I'm not talking shit about Catholics or anything, but I've known some Catholics that they'll pray to a poster of Mary. It's like you're praying to a poster of an animation of a story that was never proven in any way. You're praying to that. To me, that's false. That's just like bad. You need to find God within you. You need to find the creator and sink into to their frequency and try to be on it and try to
be really fucking careful you don't get a trickster God, because they can lie.
Correct. But at the same time,
yourself wide open and you're not on this, you can easily have a liar come in, say it's like, the Archangel Michael, for example, and it'll be completely something else. And it would just be trying to kill you, basically, and get you out of the game.
Correct.
Because all this game is a game, this thing is.
Yeah, but I think that the more we get away from organized religions, the more we can be true to ourselves, and then collective consciousness would actually work again. Because you have to be in tune with your own frequencies. You have to be in tune with the creator itself and appreciate the creation for what it is and represent it in factual form, not a form of organized religion. You got, how many religions are there? It's like, there's so many, and all their books are different. All their books, some are similar, some are different. They all have their own agendas to, mold their society for a certain reason. And once you could take a step back and go, okay, well, none of that's, real in there. It's not a literal book.
Yeah.
You could still read it and take pieces of it to heart and be a better person. It's kind of like a guidebook, like this is the way you should live your life. Cool.
Yeah. Framework.
Yes. But to think a human being walked on water, you're taking it out of context there. But I don't judge them, and I don't want to judge, but people look at me like, you don't talk about Jesus Christ as the savior. You're a shill. It's like, I don't have time for this discussion about that stupid shit. I can't do it, man. And it's hard to talk about because even flat earthers, they're heavy religious, some of them, right? And that, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. As long your journey with the creator and how you feel, to me, that should be a little private, but that's for you. That's your journey. I hope everything worked out for you, but don't look at me and say, you're supposed to be on my journey with me, or you're a traitor, or you're something's wrong with you. It's like, your own neighbor doesn't think what you think. So don't expect me to have.
Well, you should do what I say. Yeah, is don't worry about it. Jesus will forgive me. So it's just
a good point. It's a good point, man.
It is. Like people say to me stuff, and I say, if I'm not true to myself, I wouldn't be a good Christian, which is true. I got to be true to myself. Like with the whole subject of mysticism and spiritual happenings, supernatural happenings, I'm really undecided. But what I will say is I definitely think there's something in it all. It's like if you see evil manifestations, which I have as a child, if you say, please, Jesus Christ, make that fucking thing go away. It seems to be the only thing to make this thing fucking go away because of the verbal vibration. Like Krishna, Christ is the same vibrational quality because it's the same thing.
Well, and you're activating your Christ consciousness to be.
Well, this is what I'm trying to get at. you know, the Buddha mind, you know, so for that, you know, the Krishna or the Christ, that's a geometric form in your water body is not an unpleasant geometry. It's actually divine and beautiful. So for that token, that part of it, okay. But as for the character, the death cult, the torture victim, the bad news all over it story, yeah.
Well, you know what? To that, I mean, the extremely religious people, that be like, oh, it's blasphemy. You don't talk about our Savior, Hibbeler. You don't talk about the Savior. It's like you do understand that those books were created by somebody. Someone wrote them. Someone printed them, and along the way, they've been changed. It's a game of telephone with those.
But they'll say God told them what to say. So if I write a book and I say God told me what to do, is my book valid? How do you know?
So.
I told him to say that.
Yeah. And I get it though, but at the same time, I can't fall in line with any organized religion because once you look into them, it's all bad.
Well, they tell you what to do and shit, yeah, and I can't be told what to do. Rules, yeah, and stuff. And you know, I get like I thought there was something wrong with me as a kid because I've always got like a really eerie feeling in churches. I never liked it at all. So I don't want to go in there.
Well, who knows what the pastors are doing before the show?
Yeah, exactly. Although they were really lovely where I lived. There was nice. We had like an American biker called Father Martin in for our church.
Nice.
He had a Harley Davidson and he smoked safe. He was all right.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that though, Martin. Even flat earthers that have their pastors, they go every Sunday or whatever, however that works. I'm not judging that. As long as you're a good person, I don't care what you know.
Yeah, man.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And to me, that's not hurting. Yeah, that's not hurting anyone. So I'm okay with that.
No.
But it's the point of, have you flat smacked your pastor yet? Did they skip Genesis in service? Did they skip?
I have flat smacked 2 pastors on YouTube. One of them was in Oxford, and he said there was a firmament, but he wouldn't go against the establishment by going any further and saying the earth is flat, is what he said.
There you go. So you got to question these people that are representing a lie. Why are they skipping over those parts in your own church, but yet you want to represent the church in the book? It's like there's an agenda behind all of this, and they know what not to talk about.
Risk. Yeah, they know what to not talk about.
Too much. So that's why I say screw them all. Then, you know.
Yeah, like the science priest said that, you know, it's the most dangerous thing to democracy ever. I would fucking agree, because that demonocracy is nothing more than basically a dystopia. It's a control mechanism, and like you said, you know, people getting lost in this paradigm of bullshit and the system. Easy for any one of us to do. We all do it, but it takes us away from you know,
reality.
What we
reality.
Really just being in the now, really, and just, you know, is it right for us to even take part, or should we just be observing and just like watching reality? You know, sometimes I wonder, you know, as observers, you know, rather than. But I'm sure that I'm supposed to take part, otherwise I wouldn't have been so mouthy.
Hey, you have a big part. You have a big part in this lifetime right now, man. You know, your soul is inside of an avatar, and you guys are connecting now to a point of waking the world up and teaching the world things. So don't ever stop for anybody, man.
Well, I've had many reasons in the past to try and make me stop, but I'm really not going with that. Here's your channel. If you don't know, guys, there he is. Ooh, juicy. Hibbeler Productions. I bet that sounds lovely. I bet that sounds juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah,
you see how shadow ban. See, here's the thing. If you go all the way down to my first few docs, like those, so about half of my short films were completely removed, especially the ones that hit over 1 million. Those are all gone. My 9/11 one, all of those are on my Rockfin. If your audience wants to see those, but. So for these, you see the numbers I usually would average, but they would stop. They used to freeze my channel. But they used to freeze my channel, so none of the views would go up. And then eventually, I started to fade away from YouTube and said, "Well, then screw them. They're removing all my good stuff, especially the one I made on George Floyd. That one's a psychological operation. That's also on Rockfin." But I said, "Why would I put all my time and effort into producing these if they're just going to just get rid of them?" So. That's why I went to Rockfin. But as you could see, the views started to go from hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people every time I uploaded something to 3,000-4,000. It's like, what the heck is going on? So I think with the next level, what happened is that it's the people that have made it what it looks like today. Because YouTube's not going to show anyone the film. It's not going to pop up in related videos. So it's shadow banned, because people go, if it's shadow banned, why is there almost,
imagine what it would be. Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine what it would be. The point of it is human beings, real human beings are just hitting the share button, and YouTube can't stop that. That's all it is. So that means a lot of people are sharing the new film, which is great. This is why I made it. So people can watch it and make their own conclusions and do their own research now. But yeah, even my older work, I mean, it's most of the recycled stuff back in 2016 and stuff. But I was just trying to get on there, and I was trying to get involved with everybody in this movement. Like, hey, what do you got? Let's work together, because I'm sitting here making sports videos up to that point. And once I woke up to this, I deleted all my sports stuff on my channel. I had sports videos. I was working for a company that was feeding their highlight reels to ESPN. And I was the guy writing the scripts for them and doing the, he throws to the 10-yard line and he scores touchdown. I'm writing that. I'm doing the highlights for the NFL. And
I can see how that would be translated to this sort of work.
Yes. I threw it all away. That was the point. I said, I'm not doing this career anymore. I'd rather be, at that time, I'm like, I'd rather just be completely broke, and I want to teach the truth. And if there's a way, in any way, to pay my bills while I do this full time, sign me up. So, that's what Rockfin is for, in a sense. They'll take care of you if you get people over there to support. So, and the same thing with donating to my website. If you want to download, all my films are on my website, HibbelerProductions.com. All my films I made, even the ones that YouTube took off. And because people asked me originally, hey, can you do something on your website for donations? And I'm like, this was a couple years ago. I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's weird, because I always thought PayPal was like 10, 20, 50, or 100. That was the only choice. And I'm like, what if someone just wants to donate $1? What's wrong with that? So what I did was I put my films on there for a couple bucks a piece. So if you want to donate a couple bucks, you get a film in return rather than nothing in return. So that's why I set it up, my website up the way I did. And, up to this point, I'm getting by, so I'm not complaining, and I'm going to keep going. I'm never going to stop making films.
Good. Thank God for that.
And like I said, the Tartaria film, we'll talk about that in the near future, but I want to start getting that going and figuring that out. That's going to be I'm not going to have a deadline on that.
Yeah, it's getting very, very big. There's loads of books out there. The mainstream are getting loads of it. RT were on about it. They were on about me apparently the other day. Russia Today, apparently they've been talking about it. It's just was a fledgling subject, but in the last year or so, because of lockdown, everyone's been looking into history and flat Earth.
His story.
So, the same thing that happened with flat Earth. When they come in waves. There's a new phase, a new wave of awakening now, and it's the same with the Tartarian subject. They come in waves, and it's like a new wave of people waking, and one goes to the other subject, because obviously I'm flat Earth British. I talk from a flat Earth perspective, and look at poor demented Buzz. There.
People don't understand. These guys are they took oaths though. They took oaths, and they're paid to lie, so they have to. They have to. They know what's at stake if they come clean, in a sense. But I feel like sometimes they do come clean in like a like a low, like a
like when he's rolling his eyes when Trump, this was a giveaway inside the they're inside the capsule.
And now that's funny too. This scene was in level, and Bart Sibrel took it down.
Is that
he got it flagged? He got it flagged. He flagged.
A mate of mine interviewed him like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah, my mate.
Did you bring up flat Earth at all?
Yeah, my mate Richard's a flat earther. Richard was 007, but the funny thing is, he interviews him like about 2 weeks ago. His fucking channel's been deleted off YouTube. I was going to say to him, there's definitely a connection, because you had Bart on your channel, and now he was talking about astronauts gone bad and stuff. Yeah.
But what did he say to you at all, if anything, about flat Earth? Did he mention anything about it? Bart?
Well, no, he's not on there that long. He was a couple of other people on there, and another guy
Okay.
as well was sort of hogging it. Bart felt a bit awkward. Don't look like he'd been out of his room since before lockdown.
Oh
I mean,
man.
I think he was hiding behind his bed until everybody went away, or something like that. So he looked completely different as well. He was like balding, really overweight, from the one that Buzz Aldrin punched back in the day.
Mm.
Look at this poor demented creature. Now, this is something that we should feel sorry for. Maybe build his own zoo, something like that. The Patet Zoo, little Patets running around. Like
I honestly think he has some sort of mental challenge.
I'm wondering why NASA put him on
brain.
as a spokesman to talk about
On purpose.
something important.
On purpose.
I know exactly, because he's such a plum. He's a spanner. He's just because we destroyed it all. So yeah, they always tell you the truth in these cartoons. The Futurama or Simpsons. Always
Yeah,
tell you the truth.
it's predictive programming. At the same
Yeah.
time, it's something to fall back on in terms of the truth in plain sight. So I mean,
Yeah, you
that's
can't
why they do
handle
it.
the truth. See what I mean? This little bit of footage about Antarctica, this little skanky thing going on with the sun. Have you ever seen that one? I think it was off.
Yeah, you're talking about when someone tried to fake the
that.
sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's just a time lapse of the sun.
Oh,
But
is it?
I know what
Oh,
you're
right.
talking about, though. Yeah,
I thought, there was one in Antarctica. So yeah, make the light big, make it simple, keep saying it, and eventually they will believe it. Adolf Hitler. So they did the same with the Rona, didn't they? It's just keep on saying it. And I can't even believe now, when it's all over with, I went to the shops today, how many people still had a diaper on. It was fucking ridiculous and offensive at this stage of the game. But still a good few.
These
I
are
don't know what the
the-
news is telling them. I haven't got a clue. I don't watch it, but
they're the NPCs, Martin.
Yeah.
What can we do about it? We've tried every angle. They don't. I think not everybody is made for the truth. They're not made to wake up during this spiritual war.
some people will never look.
Well,
Fuck this gay Earth. And how many films do they start with a fucking globe? Let's be honest.
When I touched on that in the next level, they were doing this animation before anyone even pretended to go up and check what we live on. So what does that tell you? This was a premeditated agenda to start their new world order. They already knew what they wanted. They want to take the 7 continents that the public already knew about, wrap it in a ball and say that's all there is. Now pay your taxes and go to work and shut up. They had their system ready to go.
You never see it like at any other angle either. Like, with the Americas maybe upside down, or if orientated east to west, or even upside down. It's always just like the Mercator map. And you won't see the tilt in any of them either, this apparent tilt that's happening. So fuck that. So and this is always gets me. This is the one that, is unfathomable to my head, because I reckon I would throw up if I was doing this sort of speeds.
Yeah, and then you got lakes that just sit there still the entire day, and
or
the
gnats,
water doesn't even
little
move.
gnats as well, that just float off a flower on a lovely summer's day. It's very selective, this gravity business, isn't it?
Gotta love the vacuum of space with
my favorite.
no barrier whatsoever.
Oh, it's my favorite. Vacuum. I love it. You couldn't have invented the most stupidest thing ever as a vacuum. It doesn't happen anywhere naturally on Earth, outside of experiments, not a natural thing. So they invented there's no air, there's no nothing. You can't go there. Yeah. Look at him. I know shit about shit. I'm just an actor. It was basically coming undone. And admitting, like on your film, this shit's flat, yo. That's what he says. Oh,
It's
look
flat,
at Buzz. Sorry, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy, yeah.
Yeah, they stuck him up. There was a video put out the other day, Sean, where basically there was in Britain in the 1990s, they faked this movie, going to space with a load of people in this. They, faked taking off. They faked a globe out of the window, and they fooled these people, or tried to fool them. And they showed you, they spent 3 million showing you that they can definitely fake space. And this was in the 90s. I remember the name of the program. So that's what's really going on the non-physical move.
Most people don't even realize that the fisheye lens was also invented in the 20s. Yeah, the 20s was a very crazy year for deception, man. I mean, people think, oh, they didn't fake a fisheye lens. Yeah, it was out in the 20s. So and it was equivalent to like $1 million today. You want to buy a lens back then, it was about $1 million out of your pocket. I know it was technically 23, 28 grand, but that's the equivalent of the cost. It was about $1 million. You had $1 million floating around back in the 20s, you could buy a fisheye lens.
So who did they leave somebody on the moon with a fisheye lens to take this when they were going back to the limb?
Let's move the camera up. Yeah, let's move
yeah.
you can tell it's a human being operating it. It's not.
Oh, listen,
not
when
automatic.
they stepped out, they had all the cameras and everything all fucking set up. You don't even not supposed to think about all of that, though, are you?
If someone thinks this is real, I don't even want to speak to them. I don't, and that's sad. But I don't even want to talk to them. It's like if you can't admit that even this is bullshit, then you have problems.
Every video you can pull up on YouTube or anywhere, and they all obvious fucking harnesses. Why is everyone ignoring that these are obvious harness on? It bugs me to shit. Yeah. It's like there, you can see this harness under his shirt, and it just bugs me why global believers would ignore that.
Well, because they don't want to, you're trying to take their ball away.
Well, it's like he's doing
a 5-year-old. You're just trying to take their ball away.
Yeah, their comfort blanket. They're tough shit. Can't live a lie. Look at him. What do you think he's doing under the table? Yeah? Fucking Bill Nye. Look, he loves the globe, really. Paint a little Hitler face on it like I did. You'll love it all the more. Look at him, right? Neil deGrasse, yeah? Now, we all knew there was something going on about space rockets, didn't we? Yeah, he's just letting you know he loves a bit of rocket.
Oh, that's it. You gotta email me that one. I gotta fuck
Okay, you will do. He loves a bit of rocket. You don't want this out, because this is the truth of his true nature. I love rockets. Neil. Neil, he's going to hate this video. So, the all-knowing creator. That should give people enough comfort, knowing that they're being watched, everything they do, and you're never alone.
Now, make sure, though, you put that same image in Photoshop, line up a new horizon, and put ice all around it, because we're not floating. We're not floating up there.
No, that was made for a video that was made for me by some film.
No, I'm just playing, but I always try to stay away from any of those images.
Yeah,
that's where they try to link you to.
It is wrongly. It does give people the wrong idea. Yeah. Like made of material to keep space vacuum age away as well, and that's supposed to be shifting 17,500 miles an hour.
Yeah, 17,000 miles an hour. They're like, hold on.
Literally, a bullet was like, fucking 4 times slower. It's like literally, it's just insane sort of speeds. Look at this plum. Do you know what this? I always thought, right, that they would be like Rambo or super soldiers going into space. Yeah, they always got like Chris Hadfield's, like he looks like a homeless person. Chris Hadfield, like he's going to ask you for money outside the supermarket. And this Terry, yeah, he looks like I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Yeah. No. Yeah, I've spoken to his son, in a Flat Earth chat. Wow. Yeah, he knew who I was, which was weird. Look, yeah, we're in space, yo. It's really happening. Underwater. Meanwhile, equator. That gets me. That's stupid. Why don't they utilize this telescope that they've got? Show us this shit on the moon. There you are, right? It's $80,000 to take a pound of weight up into space, apparently, because you've got to get them past them G's to get up there, and it all costs fuck tons of money. Yeah, they'll let Chris Hadfield take a couple of ounces of green up to the space station. Where's the fumes going, guys? I'm not being funny, but like everyone on there, even the Russians, are going to be fucked because like it's going to just smoke box, isn't it? Where's the air going to go?
Just this is what I say about the ISS. For anyone that thinks it's real, find me any evidence, even fake evidence, I'll look at. That doesn't even exist, of the ISS being built. The greatest thing built in all of history. There's no proof of them building it.
Or the others.
Or setting it up.
Or Skylab either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, any of it. But it's just the point. All of a sudden, it just appears in space and no one knows how. And you see green screen malfunctionings. You see, harnesses. You see augmented reality where they're moving stuff with their hand. And
people upside down like her having a something about Mary moment with her hair.
I don't think anybody could get excited around her face.
Fuck no.
So
Jesus, it's like a car crash, isn't it? Fucking hell. The offender. Anyway, she's obviously upside down. That's why her head is pickled red, because the blood is rushing to her head.
Yeah, G-force plane.
Yeah, she's on zero G.
Zero G, and that's why you got sometimes 5-10 seconds before they have to cut every time, because they're doing little dives and they're just putting all those together. Yeah, it's a lot of pieces to the puzzle to this deception. It's not as easy as we make it seem because we're completely awakened to it. But at the
There's
same
loads
time,
I don't know, loads about flat Earth, that I don't know that I could never answer.
Okay.
Somebody said, you haven't even got a map, and I was like, well, yeah. In my comments this morning, I'm like, yeah, but neither have you, because we haven't got a map of this place. They'll tell you we haven't. There's no accurate maps of what the area is.
Correct. You can't get
Projections to be more accurate.
can't get up high enough. You can't get up high enough to take a picture of your own state and get the whole state in one frame, in one photo. As much as I've researched, the highest anything has gone up is 75 miles around there, 72, 73
Well,
miles.
they say the V2 space spy plane could go at the roof at 74. So like that's about the highest.
So yeah, I would say okay, so right around there, and that's the highest. And I think sometimes SpaceX they'll scrape the firmament. Do you ever see that where they scrape it and you see the water ripples?
Sure.
So it's not that high up. I don't know why people expect that they continue to go straight up. Where's that evidence? Where's that proof? Where's that?
They
footage?
They go up and come back down again, go plonk into the water. Why do you think the Bermuda Triangle, you got to keep out of it so no one spots when they plonk back down out of
they don't see their
landing
pads.
Yeah, it's stupid anyway. Which was the stupid saucepan out of all of them scientists, that invented a thrust that is a reverse thrust you can land upon. Not, what the fuck? Yeah, a thrust that literally you can land a thrust with. Like the thrust nature is like obviously got push. It's just stop that. Yeah, this is a meet that I'm going to in July. We're going to the birthplace of Nikola Tesla.
Beautiful.
God of it's in. It is beautiful. And we're doing a flat Earth experiment. Okay, so we're going to the top of some mountain in Croatia near here, and we're going to be taking, I believe it's a laser test across the Adriatic Sea to a mountain range in Italy. I can't imagine how many miles it is. It is on you maybe, but it's a fuck ton of miles, and there should be some discrepancy, obviously. So that's happening.
Nice.
In July. And they got me as main speaker there, Roxanne Glenn, Dave Murphy, and Albino Gallopini, who informs me in an email this week there's at least 7 media groups which are attracted to him because he had to Bay of Italy and an author, Flat Earth
cool.
Author,
hey, you know what? Bring them there. They need to.
Well, yeah, they are coming.
We'll try to spin it, but bring.
Well, I knew that, and I was like, but I have been here before. The 2018 convention, all newspapers, everybody turned up, fucking. So I am versed with that. So that would be okay anyway, because I don't give a fuck, and we need to wake as many people up in TikTok. Time is ticking away. So, hour and a half, fantastic. We'll wrap this up soon, Sean, because you've just come home from doing your thing and joined me straight away, which is fantastic.
Of course, I always will. I'll come back anytime, any given time.
Oh, that's good news. Maybe I'll get a little group thing together in the near future. We can all hang out.
Anytime. I'm usually fully available 4 days a week. So there's always going to be a day that matches with you. I'll jump in every time. So.
Okay, well, I'm back on it now, gathering the juice. Loads of juicy stuff to come out on Flat Earth British in the near future. So I'm super excited about that. I am super excited about the film. To be involved in something that was that fantastic is a blessing. I was like, whoa, when I watched it. I was like, shivers, goose pimples.
Thank you.
Emotionally moved as well. Dave's bit at the end about the creator, and it all sort of hits home. It brings it home. Listen, I've been a flat earther for 7 years plus, and watching that, it was still, it still blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? It's still,
thank you.
It still hits home. Like, fuck me, how massive this is. Most important thing ever.
It isn't just like I tell your audience, just keep sharing it, because eventually everybody's gonna have to get on board with this because something's around the corner. We need you guys now. So
well, I'm being fucked with like you wouldn't believe on my sharing ability. I'm locked out of Facebook. I'm locked out of Instagram on this computer, and now I can't switch accounts to get on my Martinica channel. It's been going on 2 days. I'm just stuck on my 4th channel at the moment. I uploaded a video last night by downloading the video onto Google Images and uploading it using my iPhone to get a video out.
Wow.
So I wouldn't be beaten by this bastard, which is giving me a dog's life. It's them don't want me to post. It's almost like choreographed, Sean.
Yeah.
They don't want me talking about that. I literally think it as well before I post. I'm thinking to myself, they're not really going to want me to talk about that. And boom, yeah, a copyright, a big problem, an issue. It won't upload. They're on me.
Well, you know what? They can't stop us. So just
Well, that's good.
always remember that they can't stop us.
Oh man, they can't stop me anyway.
And they can't stop the
me from
truth. The truth cannot be stopped. That's no matter what anyone tries to do. So we just all got to keep on going, keep on pushing. And we have the ability to change collective consciousness for the good when they're trying to do it the other way. So it's a war, and you know, you need soldiers, and we have soldiers now. And we're going to continue to gain soldiers in this war until the war is won by us. So,
Yeah, man, on the right side of history.
Yes,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
How do you want to be remembered? On the wrong side of history, believe in lies. You know, do you ever think about that? The people that just live in this place and die not knowing anything of their reality.
It's sad.
We're living on a spinning ball. You know, not knowing about the true creator, the nature of reality.
Thinking that 2 planes took down 7 buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, man. They're lost in that world as well. A fear about everything. Yeah, this woman today with the one with the face diaper on, she literally had black bags from fear and being unwell from the television doing that to her.
I would imagine so, and I'm sure that's a big reason what my dad did to himself. He was all about all that type of stuff, the media, and glued to it. So who knows? Who knows?
I was thinking, God, love, what are you thinking? Is what I was thinking when I was looking at her. Just ruining your health for them. Does that make sense when you're supposed to be protecting your health?
Yeah,
it's
your health. It's sad, but you know what? There's so many people like us, Martin, in this world now, and we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. We're never going to stop. We're going to keep preaching. And I can only hope that your audience, if you haven't seen The Next Level, if you're not on board with the earth and the deception behind the globe, you need to watch it and then make your own conclusions from there. And if you need more, then go back and watch Level. That'll be maybe you're the type of person that needs that kick in the face. So you can go back and watch the first one. This isn't Back to the Future. So it's not like they're connecting. It's going to be films every year coming out. I'm going to make one every year until, like I said, the heliocentric model is the minority group in the world. However many films it takes, I'm never going to stop. We're all living through this, and we're all going to be a part of history, but a real history for once, because we're sitting here trying to change all the lies that they have produced in the last 100 years.
Reverse it,
we're trying to reverse engineer it, right? We're trying to collectively do this, and they're not making it easy for us, but that doesn't mean we're ever going to stop. So
no chance of that. Thank you for that, Sean. Very, very true. That's how I feel about things.
And thank you for having me on.
Well, 17, nearly 18,000 people have watched that video that I put up a week ago of the movie.
Good.
So that's fantastic. But like I said, my ability to share, they have limited on purpose, and that's only in the last week or so since the movie come out, and they do this thing deliberate because it wasn't happening like the week before. So
sure. Well, you know what? Just your audience, go watch the film. And again, if you like high def and you'd rather hear the swear words that are in it, just go to the nextlevel2022.com and pick your own way to download and support. So,
well, I've been trying, I've had a lot of complaints about my bad language. It doesn't go down well with, the Christian community.
Well, you didn't swear in this one.
I maybe left 1 or 2 F-bombs behind, but in my video that I tried last night to make, I was absolutely, I'm thinking, I'm killing it, yeah. I haven't said any swear words, and as I thought, it happened.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I just want people to be themselves. That's why I repeat to everybody before I'm filming them, and I'm like, go ahead, action. I said, but I tell all of them beforehand. I even wrote Santos the same thing because I wasn't there for that one. But I said, be yourself. If you feel like swearing, swear. If you don't feel like swearing, don't swear. But be yourself. There is no, I don't want anybody changing because the camera's on. Be yourself. And like even when Flat Earth Millionaire, when he said a couple F words here and there, it's like, I'm not cutting that out. That's raw emotion. The guy is a passionate person, Tanner. So just do it, because the people, even though they might be mad about the swear word, they felt that emotion and they're like, yeah, you know what? Everybody's a fucking liar. So that they feel that emotion. It's not like we're just saying, it's not like it's just like, yeah, you know, the Earth's on a fucking globe and it's fucking flat and fuck this and fuck that.
I don't
it's not
do
one
that.
of those films. No one's
you know,
swearing like that, you know.
It's to emphasize, like you said, a word, or, you know, that's why.
But it's natural. It's got to be natural. No one's
like
forced
for
to swear
fuck's
words.
sake, you know. That's the thing. Yeah,
but it's natural. And again, they're words. These are created words. Get over them. They're not.
I'm an old sailor. I'm gonna swear, and I'm Welsh as well. I am trying.
Yeah, I swear sometimes too, man. You know, and you know,
there's a time and a place. You know, if I was in a hangout with a load of ladies, for example, I'm not going to be fucking cursing and swearing and stuff. I'm going to be all like best behavior. So it's only like, you know.
Yeah, be a gentleman. Sure.
Yeah. I'm trying my best. Trying to change.
Hey, even Victoria had a couple swear words in this one. It's just natural. You just be natural. Be yourself. If you were going to swear in real life with no cameras on, then do it on camera, because I just want it natural to be
British
natural
thing, I think.
She's just fed up with all the bullshit, man, too. So, and she's, you know, that's why I wanted to put her in. I wanted someone new in the film. Where who's that? And last year was Johnny. So I think every film I'm going to just see, you know, who can I find that's new? No one's really knows.
She was amazing.
Thank you.
Everything she said was brilliant. I was really impressed with her.
Yeah, she's very intelligent, very intelligent.
Very right on the money as well. The way she explained things, I was like, you know, I like the way she explained things. So
thank you, man. Thank you.
Powerful. And from, like I said, to the mother, she was thinking and worried, you know, not worried, but, you know, thinking about the kids and the future and you know, where all of this insanity is leading them. You know, look at you know what they want them to be in the next generation. It's like, fuck no. Yeah, we want like proper men and women for a startup. Yeah. Call me old fashioned, but I like my
not old fashioned. It's reality. There's it's funny. People are like, oh, I don't go to that gender. I'm, you know, you're whatever profiling me. It's like, let me see your driver's license. Oh, okay. There's only two genders. I don't care what anyone says. You could, I mean, that shit's got to stop. They're trying to demonize everything from every angle. And I don't think it's going to work. I think they're going to fail in the long run. So I'm ready. We're ready to be champions of this war, Martin. I know you're ready to be champions.
I'm trying. I'm going to try my best to champion it and, you know, be better. Be better is what I'm going to do. Be a better person. Yeah. Try and fucking not let this fucking weird realm get to my head. Because I tell you what, YouTube is septic. It's a fucking terrible place to play.
Awful.
Because, you know, like I've just experienced, like, you know, playing goal posts for literally thousands of trouser turns and shit up out of nowhere. I don't know where they were all hiding under my bed or something. They were fucking horrible, all of them. So, like, the internet is like laced with all psychos everywhere and stuff. And if you're a flat earther and a truther, that's asking for it.
It is, but we're eventually going to be considered the, you know, the smartest people in the world when everything hits the fan, because we tried to tell you what's going on and can't make you listen. So, but I'm never going to stop trying to teach people this in different ways and however I can do it.
I've tried many ways, you know, getting out there on literature, you know, just to try and reach as many people. But I reckon, you know, there's millions, tens of millions now I've reached. So thank God for that. Thank you for giving me the chance to do it.
Yeah, it's got to keep going and never stop. You know, me and Victoria watch your streams a lot. We learn so much from you, and you know, thank you, you know, for all that you do, all the hard work and research you put in. That's why I can't wait to get to a point to start mentally the project of Tartaria. What kind of film is it going to feel like, or documentary? That's what I mean.
Aesthetically pleasing. It would be very beautiful. Maybe a bit of non-copyrightable Chopin, something that fits the architecture and the beauty of what we're looking at.
Sure,
This is a
I can
very
figure out the
beautiful
copyright stuff.
subject. Yeah.
That'll be on me though. So I
You don't get copyrighted for any like you can use background music low of Bach or Chopin, and you.
No,
will
I
not
got
be
composers that can
copyrighted.
make. No, I got composers that will do the music for
Yeah,
the film. So I'm not worried about copyright anything.
Just
I am,
saying
you know,
that,
with level and the next level that, you know, technically, you know, if they wanted to, NASA or Neil deGrasse could try to take me to court. I wish. Go ahead. Fucking do it, because I'm going to have a camera crew out there every day and
Fuck yeah.
truthers flying, and we're going to make this a big court case, bigger than the media ever expected. So I dare you guys to do that. And sometimes it's a part of my goal in these films is having NASA be like, you can't be doing that. We're taking you to court. Oh, that'll be the greatest day. I'll be like, everybody.
Imagine it.
We're
What a
going to court.
fucking. They couldn't do it. You
No,
couldn't
that's
do
my
it
point. I know they
with it.
can't. No, they can't.
It
But
would crumble.
if they did, I'm ready. So
I fantasized about that, a court case about flat Earth and just, you know, just flat smack, you know, the pressure system, pressure gradient, all of these problems, and just like, can you answer this? Can you answer this? And they'd be like, out, get him out.
oh man.
It would
Well,
fuck their heads right up, wouldn't it? They just
Yeah.
haven't got it.
all right, Martin. I'm gonna head out, man. I appreciate.
Hey,
Yes,
Speak to you soon, Sean. Thank
I
you so much for
appreciate
your
the-
movie, your efforts for truth for all of us. We do appreciate it. We really do.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you very, very soon. Hopefully, have a great day. Have a great
Very
weekend.
soon. Yeah, we'll talk soon as always, and I'll come back on anytime. Just let me know.
We look
And,
forward to that. That'd be
flat thumbs to
fantastic.
your audience, and much love, and thanks for all the support from all the you know, Flat Earth British think tankers. So thank you all.
They're awesome bunch. All right, thanks guys. Flat thumbage and happy
Flat
Flatterday
thumbs.
to all.
All right.
Peace and love.